Hey friends, Rob Phoenix, Hexameister here. Hope you're all doing well. It is the last day of November. I hope everyone had a nice November. We had a couple of tricky weeks in there, but um, Thanksgiving went well, at least here in our house, and it was good. It was just me and Bill and Josani, and we made a whole bunch of food, and we had leftovers, and well, now we don't have any leftovers left. Really, after like 3 days, you shouldn't be keeping cooked food in your refrigerator. It's time to get rid of it. Um, so yeah, I hope it was good. And actually, this morning when we woke up, there was a very light coating of snow on the grass. So that was really pretty to see. It didn't last. It's now in the 40s and kind of dreary outside. I'm just doing some household chores today, but anyway, as we move into December, I just want to talk about a couple of cool like Pennsylvania Dutch December things. So right off the bat, we have St. Nicholas. That's December 6th is the feast day of St. Nicholas. In some families, December 5th is when St. Nicholas comes. And when you wake up on December 6th, there's usually some candy, some fruits, some snacks, that sort of thing. We do that here in this house. My grandparents did that. My grandparents and their grandparents were Austrian descent. So, uh, there's a lot of holdover on that. Even if they didn't know why they did it, it was just part of the Christmas season. So my grandparents belonged to a rod and gun club, and rod meaning fishing. And so we were always there as kids at this rod and gun club, and they would play cards with other oldsters there, and us kids would just run around and play the pinball game. And if there were other kids there, we'd run around outside and play with them. But every year at St. Nicholas, there would be a Santa Claus and a Belschnickel at the bar, part of the Rod and Gun Club. And I don't think we thought much of Belschnickel outside of that situation. Matter of fact, I think growing up, we just kind of thought it was like something silly that bar did, that the Rod and Gun Club did, was dress up like, have a regular Santa and then have like a scruffy Santa, like all covered in like dirt and soot and such. And Belschnickel would say like, tell me a Bible verse or answer this trivia question or whatever. And if we got it right, then we got like an orange. And if we didn't get it right, he had this stick, and it was just play, just like, do better next year. And then we'd go see Santa, and Santa would give us a present. And then my grandparents always said on Christmas Eve, it was the baby Jesus that brought presents. So it was kind of this like wild blend of traditions. We had all these like gift bringers. We had St. Nicholas, who we never actually saw, just bring. And it was always like those clear toy candies. Those were huge when I was growing up. They were just like super popular. And I just remember like sucking on them, and it would like be stabbing the inside of your mouth, because it'd be like a clear toy on a stick, but it'd be shaped like a train or you know what I mean? Something like a Christmas tree or whatever. Always lots of fruit. And then Christmas, then baby Jesus would bring like a couple of games and like socks and underwear for us, that sort of thing. Yeah, so it was an interesting time. So we have all that. Now, the idea of Krampus, everybody always thinks of Krampus. That didn't really become popular here in the United States, especially in particular Pennsylvania, until probably the 2010s. There were like in it was either Virginia or West Virginia. There was like the younglings, the youngsters would go Krampusing or whatever. But that was not really a thing here in Pennsylvania. So you find that in the more like direct German or Austrian descendants. So that became really popular in the past like 15, 20 years here. And people have just made it Krampus like this Christmas monster. And he is that. But anyway, so that's that. Powwow related news. I'll be doing on eve of St. Nicholas on Friday, December 5th. I'll be doing my Hexameister Zoom. That's open to the public. It's free. I just want to talk about what it actually means to be a Hexameister. What do we do? Where do we find the rituals and magics and such that we do? And why do we do it? What's our relevance? What's the point? So that should be a fun one. That's on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It will not be recorded, so if you miss it, you miss it. And I'm probably never going to do it again. So that's that. I'm meeting next week with two folks up in the Schuylkill County area about putting together a powwow event, like a festival kind of situation or some kind of attraction. I don't know. We're gonna hash that out over the next few months and put something together for next year. So that'll be something cool to look forward to. And that's really it. So Bill and I are gonna start baking cookies in the next few weeks. We decorated. In the past 3 days, we put all our decorations up in our Christmas tree and such. This was the first year I ever did decorations for Thanksgiving, but like they were gone by Friday morning. So, but yeah, that's that. So I really do hope everybody's having a nice holiday, like season so far. I know it just began, but try not to overdo it with spending. I know it's really easy to get caught up in that craziness where you just want to buy stuff and keep buying and buying and buying and like not pay your mortgage and just buy Christmas presents. But don't do that. That's not the point of it. The point is just to like, acknowledge that agriculturally, when the winter solstice hits, we're going to start seeing more sun then. It's like the sun is getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and then it goes back on the upswing during the solstice. So we'll see the days get slowly but progressively longer. The light will get stronger. The sun's light will get warmer as time goes on. These seasons are very short. I mean, as a kid, you thought winter was like a year long, but yeah, I mean, in 3 months, I'll be out in the greenhouse doing seedlings again. So, time goes very quickly. And Christmas, of course, is always a nice time. As Josani gets older, it gets a little bit less magical, but that's okay. I mean, I put up a little less decorations every year. We buy a few less presents, and that's kind of as it should be. But that's all. Nothing really interesting to talk about this time. It's just been really busy here, and I have laundry going over at the laundromat today because I just had so much of it, so I'm going to go get that soon. But anyway, I hope everyone made it safely through November. Here's to an awesome December beginning tomorrow. And that's it for today. God bless you guys. Love you. We'll talk again really, really soon.